Okay, today we are going to do section 3.2 worksheet 3, and this is all story problems. So I'm not going to solve any of them for you, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to help you set them up because many of you struggle with trying to figure out the subjects that you're talking about and actually coming up with the equations. So a test has 20 questions worth 100 points. The test consists of true and false questions worth 3 points each and multiple choice questions worth 11 points each. How many multiple choice questions are there on the test? Okay, so I have a couple things I need to be thinking about here. I have to come up with two equations with the exact same two unknowns. So the very first thing my brain is thinking about is that I have two different types of questions. So I'm going to have X be my true and false questions, and I'm going to have Y be my multiple choice questions. Doesn't that make sense? Now, my first equation is going to be how many total questions are on the test. Because that means all of my true and false questions plus all of my multiple choice questions has to equal my total questions that I have on my test. Well, how many total questions are on the test? It says that there are 20 questions. So that means this has to equal 20 because there are 20 total questions on the test. So all the true and false plus all the multiple choice has to equal 20 questions. Well, the second equation is now going to be talking about our points. So how much is a true and false question worth? Well, a true and false question is worth 3 points each, and a multiple choice question is worth 11 points each. And how many total points is this test worth? 100 points. So now you have your two equations with your two unknowns, and now you guys can go ahead and solve this and come up with the answer yourselves. Okay, let's keep on going here. Number 2. Margie is responsible for buying a week's supply of food and medication for the dogs and cats at a local shelter. The food and medication for each dog costs twice as much as those supplies for a cat. So I am comparing cats and dogs here, aren't I? So each dog costs twice as much of the supplies for a cat. So my dog is equal to 2 times my cat, isn't it? She needs to feed 164 cats, so that makes sense, 164 cats, and means plus 24 dogs, and her budget is $4,240. So 164 cats plus 24 dogs has to equal my total amount that I'm spending of $4,220, and I know that every dog is equal to 2 cats. Okay, so that's the second equation. Number 3, 75 people attended a baseball game. So usually when you're at a baseball game, there's 2 teams, home and away, right? Everyone there was either a fan of the home team or the away team. So X is going to be my home fans. Y is going to be my away fans. There were 75 people there. So my home fans plus my away fans have to equal my total fans, which was 75. The number of home team fans, okay, well my home team is X, was 90 less than 4 times the number of away fans. So X was, past tense of is, that means equals, 90 less than what? So the 90 goes at the end, 4 times the number of away fans. So that's going to be 4y. So there's my equation. Now, what method do you think you would use here? I would box that in and I would use substitution here. What method would you have used on the previous one? I would box this in and I would use substitution again. Over here, you could use either, but I would probably use elimination because it would be easier. Number 4, the drama club sold bags of candy and cookies to raise money. So X is equal to my candy, Y is equal to my cookies. Bags of candy cost $7 and bags of cookies cost $2.50, and the sales equal $48. So my bags of candy is 7X, my cookies are $2.50Y, and that has to equal my total cost of $48. There were 4 more bags of cookies than candy sold. So my cookies there were 4 more bags of cookies than candy sold. So I have all of my candy pile. Oopsie, I used the wrong letter here. So my cookies was compared to my candy pile, which is X, plus 4 more. I'd box this in, and what method do you think? I would use substitution. Number 5. Lynn went to a fast food restaurant and spent $20. She purchased 4 hamburgers and 5 orders of fries. So what are my subjects? X is equal to your hamburgers, and Y is equal to your French fries. So here's what I know. She ordered 4 hamburgers. I think it might actually be better for me to just say H and F. She ordered 4 hamburgers and 5 fries, and that had to equal a total of $20. The next day, Johnny, he went to the same restaurant, and he purchased 10 hamburgers and 7 orders of fries, and he spent $41.20. What method do you think you're going to use here? I would use elimination. Last problem. In 1994 Super Bowl, the Dallas Cowboys scored 4 more points than twice the number of points scored by the Buffalo Bills. If the total number of points scored by both teams was 43. Okay, so we have Dallas, we have C for the Cowboys, and B for the Bills. Yes? And it said that the Cowboys scored 4 more points than twice the number of points scored by the Buffalo Bills. So what that means is my Cowboys is equal to 2 times my B, and then it's going to be 4 more. 4 more means plus 4. Box that in because I would use substitution, and then we're going to come up with our next equation, which is going to be if the total number of points scored by both teams was 43. So I have my Cowboys plus my Bills has to equal 43. And again, I would use substitution on this. Please be certain that you are answering each of the questions that is asked of you. The cost of the burger and the order of fries, number of bags of candy, number of cookies, home and away team, how much can Margie spend on the dog, and last, how many multiple choice questions. So I will post the answers so that you guys are able to come up with them, but now you have all of the equations, so there should be no confusion on how to come up with the equations. You guys just need to actually solve the problems now.